has yet to really make its way back.
Bob?
Hey, Justin, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, I think I remember you saying on Eric Musselman's radio show that you'd never been hurt before this, or at least not seriously enough to have to miss a game. So, did you ever miss a game in high school or anything because of an injury?
I missed one game my sophomore year. I had a strained calf. That's it.
Okay. So, the Missouri game, that was the first one you missed. So that was the first game I guess you'd missed in 6 years or seven or something. Do my math.
Yeah.
Well, what was that like? Because obviously Missouri played real well that day. I'm sure you could have helped against Tillman. What was that like? Kind of, having to sit there and watch your team struggle, knowing if you were healthy, you obviously could have helped.
It was definitely weird. It was definitely difficult, and it's kind of what fueled my rehab and what made me really want to get back so quickly. Is because I couldn't just sit there and watch, the Missouri game and then LSU and even Tennessee. It was tough. I wanted to be out there with my teammates, and I really wanted, to help us win. And like you said, not having done that in a long time, it was definitely difficult, and it was definitely tough.
And I get you're having to deal with probably still a lot of pain that a lot of us probably couldn't deal with. But what do you think you can bring to the table in this rematch with Missouri, especially like maybe helping interior defensively wise, or really all around? What do you think you can bring to the table in this game in particular?
I think, well, the last game against Missouri, we kind of struggled defensively, whether it be with rotations or in the pick and roll. And I guess with my versatility on defense, that would allow us to do a lot of different things defensively to kind of throw things at them, that they're seeing a lot of different things and they're not getting comfortable or they're unable to kind of figure out what we're doing.
And then we got one more kind of offbeat one. We see all these videos of Eric Musselman with his pregame motivational talks with the cheese or the UPS or the starting gate. Well, you're an older guy. You've been through a lot of games. What's your take on it? And do you have a favorite thing that Eric's done?
The starting gate last game, I thought that was really good. I think it's, in a way, kind of it brings a little bit of humor and it kind of lightens the mood a little bit, because a lot of times going into games it's all serious, and you have to remember that this is a game and it's supposed to be fun and you're supposed to have fun with it. And I think by him doing that, it kind of just makes us all feel a little bit more at ease, that if we're stressed about the game or worried about the game or whatever, it kind of just puts our mind at rest.
Okay, I got a couple more, but I'll turn it back to Mike if time allows. Thanks, Justin.
Curtis?
Hey, Justin, you guys have won 5 in a row in the SEC now and made a pretty good climb there in the standings. How would you describe the demeanor, I guess, of the team right now? And then as one of the veteran voices there in the locker room, what's your message to the guys, on a day-to-day basis?
I'd say our demeanor is confident, but I think we've actually done a really good job of just staying the course and taking it one game at a time. And that's something that, I've told everybody. It's kind of, you can't get really too high or too low, because in conference, it doesn't matter whatever that team's record is. They're still going to give you their best shot, and it's still going to be difficult. And you kind of have to have a short memory and get the last game out of your head. Whatever you did, whether you played bad or good, you have to forget that. And luckily we have some quick turnarounds with 2 or 3 days in between that we're able to get over that. So it's kind of just stay the course. It's a long season. There's going to be ups and downs, and you can't really worry about everything that's going good or bad.
Hutch?
Yeah, Justin, I know you didn't play in the first game, but
do you get a sense that considering y'all struggles in that first game against Missouri, that the team's maybe a little bit more fired up this week to get a second crack at those guys?
Yeah, definitely. I think that the first game was kind of a combination of a lot of different things. I mean, I'd say we probably didn't play our best game overall, and some players want, to have a better individual performance. And I think we're a different team from then. I think we're a more unselfish team, and I think we're playing harder, more consistently. So hopefully that carries into this game.
Tom.
Hey, Justin, when Eric talked to us the other night, he made it sound like you guys knew he wasn't going to call a timeout with 4 seconds left or 14 seconds left, and y'all just took it down the floor. Is that something you guys kind of understand, and how do you think that played into the final at Kentucky?
Yeah, I think, he gives us, a lot of freedom offensively. So I guess it does make sense for him to not really call a timeout and kind of just let us go. I mean, Debo got a good shot, and then Jalen got a great rebound, and he made his free throws, which helped us a lot. I think it's just a testament to the kind of preparation that our guys do individually, and as we do as a team, being ready for moments like that.
Yeah, I'm sure you watched the game last night, and it was pretty shocking outcome at Ole Miss. Not that they won, but just the margin. What do you expect out of Missouri in this game?
We expect them to, continue to, ride the wave that they're on. We kind of expect them to do a lot of the same things they did, the first time, but also a lot of different things. They're also a different team. That was 5 weeks ago. They've evolved. They've made adjustments. So, we're expecting, their best game, and we're preparing for that.
Bob.
Yeah, Justin, kind of getting back on the Eric's pregame theme, if you don't mind. I mean, I know that was kind of a crude starting gate, but he actually got real UPS shirts. I mean,
Yeah.
Are you impressed by the links he goes to do those illustrations? To, I don't know, maybe make them a little more real or a little more fun for you guys.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how quickly he was able to get those shirts or how he got those shirts. It's definitely impressive. Or even the amount of planning that goes into it. How much time they have to prepare for it. I mean, I guess it just shows how much he cares about it, and it's important to him. And it's kind of how he views our team.
And then getting back to Missouri, Tillman had a really good game that last time. He's had a good season, and it seems like obviously you're going to help. Jalen Williams is getting more playing time, and he's a good physical guy. It seems like Connors maybe improved his defense. Kind of, what do you think you guys can do to maybe hold Tillman down a little bit better this time, whether it's you or collectively or however y'all do that?
I think, well, he got a lot of his buckets off of pick and roll lobs and in transition, being the big down the floor. So I think, especially in our last couple of games, those have been our weak side help on those pick and rolls has been a point of emphasis that I think we've definitely gotten better in. So, as long as we keep executing the game plan, and also our transition defense has gotten better. So if we're able to find a body in transition and, not allow those easy over the top passes to go through or even have them even attempt to throw it, I think it'll definitely, play out in our favor.
Now, I have a very low threshold of pain personally, so I'm sure I couldn't do what you do. Seriously, what's the key to managing the pain? Maybe the trainers tell you, well, you're not going to damage it anymore, but it's just going to hurt like hell. I mean, how do you deal with that?
I don't know. It's just kind of, I mean, I really haven't, like we talked about earlier, I really haven't, sat out any games. And I mean, everybody has nicks and dings throughout the season, and then having, regardless of level, high school, college, and then it's a lot to take on your body. So I guess you kind of get used to it. You know, in the past, just playing through sprained ankles or jammed fingers or even like little contusions or whatever. It depends on the year of the game or whatever. You kind of just build that pain tolerance, and I guess it was all leading up to this. I don't know, but it's just kind of just take it day by day, and you kind of just have to deal with it if you want to play.
I just got one more. I should look this up. I know Kentucky and Indiana were big rivals. Then they stopped playing because they couldn't figure out whether, Kentucky wanted neutral sites, Indiana wanted campus sites. Did you ever play Kentucky when you were in Indiana?
No, I didn't get a chance.
Yeah. Well, was it fun to get to play them, and especially to get to beat them the other night?
Yeah, it was definitely fun. Rupp Arena is a iconic arena, and you kind of, when you're growing up, you always hear about Kentucky, and then to get a chance to play them and beat them was big. And then also one of our assistant coaches at Indiana is now an assistant coach at Kentucky, so that was good too.
Okay. Well, cool. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Nikki, final question?
Hey, I know you weren't a part of the last Missouri game, but the Hogs had a hard time finishing at the rim. I know Muss said that you guys worked on that during your extended break without the A&M game. So how effective do you feel like that extra work was? And had you worked that much on layups and stuff like in that amount of time before?
Yeah, that was definitely a point of emphasis. We've kind of added it to our everyday thing. We go through different finishes and different layups, to kind of make sure that we aren't leaving any points on the board, because they're not easy, but you're supposed to make those. So we have to make sure that we get those on Saturday.
Okay, thanks, Justin. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys.